Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have a guy here. A lot of you guys might say he still owe you guys did a change or something. He's a guy that owe people, but he's going to be a valuable part of the history here in Toronto, the soccer history. So I'll ask you to introduce yourself and tell us from when you came here in Canada.
Okay, my name is Michael Nickie, better known as, let me see, I have a lot of names. Finny Mike, Cornsoup Mike, Big Mike, name it, and it's mine. I always liked the game, but before I left, when I was in Trinidad, I used to run around and play a lot. We had a little team in Bridge Road, like I actually came out of Sour, Bridge Road, PYM League. You know what I mean? I think, Mr. You should know about PYM League.
Yeah. Well, I must know we clean up everything in PYM. So of course I play with Blackpool
Yeah,
and them
yeah.
Glamour Girls and them.
Well, when I used to, like a little kid growing up there, I run around and I start playing in the Savannah. They had a team called Unity. Then it had a team called Tri 11. He was playing under 18, under 20, somewhere around there. But I couldn't play for that team. I was much too young. And Unity, they were the big team who were playing in the PYM league. So I used to be around, running up and down Savannah, but I had known Bisoon, which used to run the PYM league.
That's the man running the league.
Yeah, you know, and I would live in like 2 houses from the Savannah. Like
Yes.
2 houses.
I remember.
Literally 2 houses.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So he needed somebody to keep the nets. So he actually kept it in the back of the house. And he had somebody doing that, but the person never used to be, you know,
on time.
all the times, right? So, but I live in right there, a little kid, he asked me. So I say, why not? So I started hanging PIM lead net for there. So that gave me more excuse to be in the Savannah.
Okay. All right.
So I started running around, picking up my skill there and thing, but I could have also played good cricket.
Okay.
So before that, when I was, I think, over 12, my dad joined me on a cricket team, actually. You know, because no disrespect, but you know, Bridge Road around where's a lot of Indian.
Yeah.
And I know them, they love the cricket.
Yeah.
So actually, is one of the alleys was not too far from me. Imtiaz Ali, not Inshan Ali, Imtiaz Ali.
Okay.
It's actually from wrong. So I used to play cricket and thing. I was a left-handed bowler, left-handed spin bowler, coming from around the wicket, but a right-hand bat.
Yeah. You have something like me, yeah.
So that's my first team. But soccer-wise, I was never really.
So
I say I played a little bit in Trinidad. I even played in the Etihad League with a team because I could have played. I had, playing. So after coming up here at 16, I came up here. I had nobody to play with.
Who you play for in Etihad League? Don't call this big league now on you.
No, it had a little team from Sawa that went there. So they asked me to come and play because they realized I could have played. And I were around 15 at the time. Maybe, give or take about 15, maybe 16. So I went and played with them because when I was going Sawa Boys Government School, I made a school team as a goalkeeper. a reserve goalkeeper, but when the guy got hurt and I ended up going in net a couple of times.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I guess you're realizing now he was a big youth.
Actually, I was okay.
Yeah, I think I saw you I think you saved on Flemo. Didn't you save for going goal for Santos?
Couple times, yes.
Yeah.
Couple times.
Yeah.
So, okay, because playing with the bigger guys in the Savannah, what the first place they put you?
In the net.
Yeah, so after all of that, I left. After Cipriano United came and win everything and decided.
Okay, so you get a lot of hurt. So we have a lot to talk about. How you get in Toronto, yeah.
But I came to Canada around 73, I would say, around September area, just in 17. And, came up to Canada.
When you came in 73, which is fairly early, did you play? Did you go to school? How did your football/soccer evolve?
Oh, well, when I came here, I didn't really go to school to play. I didn't play anything. I did one or two night classes, Other than that, I just, to kind of up on myself a little bit. I used to go and help my dad because my dad was a builder, carpenter. So I actually went and, help him out with a few jobs here and there. I used to with my dad and thing, but I never didn't know anyone you want to play with. So as I say, I love the game. So I used to go to the park by myself and play and run around, take care and thing. Once in a while I will do that just to keep it going, but I used to, besides that, I used to go and hang out online with the wrong set of people at that time until.
So how this ball thing come into you from want to break down defense?
Well,
I'm a builder to breaking down defense. I don't understand.
Well, before you build, you have to learn to break down.
All right. Okay. That's if you're doing renovations.
See how that come in there.
It's taken a little while before you give us how you get Delia. Your name been called in Tubman Center, right? I've seen you at West Indies. So let's start with Tubman. Tubman
Okay.
obviously at a certain age.
I was with Delia actually when I was with Tubman, because one day I was in the park playing by myself training. An English guy saw me, came to me and asked me who I play with. I tell him nobody. He says, so why? I said, I just play, and he realized I could play, kick him at both feet. So he told me was to meet him one day up in Sinclair. So I went, and he took me to Delia.
Yeah.
I went and Lansdowne and DuPont.
Okay.
As you know, close to Sinclair, the big field now, the Dust Bowl. So that's when I went practicing with Delia. I think that was in 75.
Okay.
And then halfway the league already starts. I went practice with them, and I end up making the team, as you say. In 75, I started with Delia, and I was playing. And then in 76, I was with them too. That's when I started full season with them. So I actually played about a year and a half with Delia.
So how did Tubman come?
I know why is I with Delia, living around Sinclair, and when they do our game around, I end up meeting a few guys, and I used to go and play, and that's how I end up going and hang around Tubman Center, because I still need my people to hang around with. So this is a bunch of Jamaican guys I knew, and I used to go to Tubman Center, so I end up going there with them.
Okay, and guys, that was because I seen TC and them wasn't around then.
Well, that wasn't with ball players. That were other guys. They never used to play. I just knew them.
Okay.
And by going there, then I end up meeting Shaki, and I realized they have a team, but I was a little too old for the team. So I couldn't actually play in the league they were playing. So I used to play with them when they have bigger games, like when they went to the contrast and thing, I played with them.
So that was a way for you to occupy yourself within the community then. So besides playing with Delia now, you still felt that you needed something else.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because I couldn't make Iere, because I never played for anybody in Trinidad. I didn't have no big name.
Maybe hold on, pull up here. Are you saying that was the prerequisite to making Iere? I don't know.
No, that's what I was told one day. I come into the park and Sinclair, and I saw this team in red, this whole heap of black guys playing, and I was shocked. So I stopped when I started looking at them time. Actually, I didn't even make Delia yet at them time. And somebody told me about this team. I wouldn't call name. They asked me if I ever play with anybody in Trinidad. I said, no. I just come and they tell me, well, even though I played a prestige team or a name, you can't make that team. But I didn't pay no attention. I was already practicing and with Delia and all them kind of thing already. I think actually it was a practice I was coming from.
Okay.
And I watch the team, and I watch the team play. I said, okay, we go meet some or the other. We go meet.
So Delia was in the same division at the time, right?
Yeah, I was in the first division. When I started playing, I was playing with Delia in first division. In 75 and in 76, they win the T&D. I was 20 years old at the time when I won the T&D with Delia.
Okay.
You know,
So
still a young fella.
You don't care about us and Iere, go ahead.
Yeah. But feels Iere, actually, I played against Iere Delia and they well kicked me out. Punishment. It's okay. I was young and strong, but I took it. You know, took it like a man, walk off the field with my victory. And when
but then I saw you in 77 over at West Indies. If it's 77, you weren't there when I was there. It's not 77, it's 78.
78. I finished when I finished with Delia, I went to Westwood Roma, a next white team. In 77, I was with after we win the division with Delia, you know, they bring in the old boys from from the country, and because now they're going up to Premier.
Yeah.
Because you know they getting them fellas a little small change.
Yeah. So you ain't get no change.
I answer that on the download, the upload.
Yeah, well, I know you ain't get no change. So let's move on.
You know it had to pass. You know it had to pass.
So okay, so 78 I met you and you're running strong though, Mike. I wanted to know who is this guy, you know?
Who is the Jamaican guy?
Yeah. Yeah, because that's another thing I didn't even know you were training.
Yeah. That's why, because after Westwood Roma, I was with them, and after I finished with them, and I was with Tubman's going and play a little game and thing, and we end up.
That's how the accent thing came in. These guys you were hanging with around the Tubman and stuff.
Right. So that's how I end up going with Tubman's. I used to go and see them play and up with Tubman's. That time TC and them is 9 and 10-year-old playing for the Tubman's younger team. TC always been good. From a youth, from a little kid, 8, 9, TC been tearing it up. So when I see TC, I see TC late.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he was all the way up.
All the way up.
Yeah.
That's when they transferred me over and sent me over to Western Roma, and I play a year with Western Roma. I think that's where I made Beswick, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. You must remember Beswick, man.
Not really, you know.
English kind of guy, came from England.
I know the name, but
I left them and I was running with Tubman's. I ended up, a few August guy from Tubman ended up going with West Indies to play West Indies United. I think it was me, if I think it was Dave Williams. And I think did what's his name? Donovan? Not Donovan. The next one, I think he ended up playing with Iere too. A few of us went with West Indies United,
West Indies, or you didn't? You just was there because I think that was more like
I played with West Indies. I played with West Indies, maybe 2 seasons.
Okay, I didn't know that.
I played with West Indies. I think I had 1 year there with Burtis. The last year Burtis played West Indies, I was there. And then Burtis left, and then when Burtis came to Iere, right? Okay. So I was there with West Indies with Kuma and
but this came to Iere in 78, you know.
Okay. So I came there after. So 78, I was with West. That's when I went with West Indies. Or 79. One of them too. Lebano, I went there.
Yeah.
I ended up going with them there. Who was there? Ataku, Pizai, Sammy. You know, all of them were there still. Chubby, you know, Kuma, you know, Laza, Donahue.
You got the real taste.
Yeah.
You got the real taste.
Yeah. I was the real taste for them. Yeah.
So how come you? Because normally, to me, to be honest with you, my whole thing, the way I look at ball, had I have spent a season or 2 with West Indies, I don't feel I might have left. The reason why I see that in looking at the club, it looked like they're always serious about the ball. Now, I don't know about the internal politics. Remember, I don't know about that, right?
Yeah, it was a serious ball, but it
So
also had a little, favoritism with certain men, not everybody,
mhm.
but certain men. I won't call names, but
So
not the bigger guys, but
were you there when Dunkley was there?
Yes, I was there when Dudley was there. I played
Okay.
with Dante there too. Pringle, Prendez,
Okay.
I
All
played
right.
with all of them.
All right. All right. So
I
when by the
played.
time we got you in Irie now, I would say no more. We'll get to that. I want to make sure it's in a question form though. So you played there, and then what happened with the West Indies? You left, and it's from West Indies you joined Irie?
From West Indies. I actually had a falling out with Kuma. And the other little thing, me and you thing, and little thing start, and had a little disagreement and thing, and
Mm-hmm.
was, I think Kuma, and you know
Yeah.
how he is. So
Yes.
what I mean,
Yes. Yes.
he's one of the main reason I left West
How he
Indies.
was, God rest his
Yeah,
soul.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He's one of the main reasons really I left. I still think he didn't see me as a player. Actually, he accused me one time of, can I play? All I doing is waiting in front of the net and putting the ball in the net. I want to know as a center forward, what it is I supposed to do when I get it?
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
put it in the net.
Yeah. No, I guess he didn't realize there's different type of players. Normally you have to appreciate different type of players.
Yeah, but that is a person who was well skilled.
Yeah.
He could have played.
Yeah. So you can see why
But
he wants to be, think everybody should be around what he is and what he was. You must have seen Irie. That was the club that he had us to play with some big team in Trinidad
yes,
to play and
yeah,
stuff. So it could have been a little strenuous situation to tell yourself you have to leave where you are to join Irie. But I think when you joined, I wasn't there. So what year you joined Irie? Could you recall?
wasn't there. I have to tell him it have to be after, because it's Burtis Bell actually talked me into coming to Irie. Be honest with you.
Okay.
Because 1 year I was not playing with West Indies, and the guy tell him, nah, he can't be done. So he tell me one day, he say, why don't you just come and play with West Indies? I mean, come and play with Irie. I say, and I think about it, and I say, you know what, might as well.
So were you part of
I
that
go.
Consoles Cup team, or you joined after that?
No, after that.
But we teamed up in did you play in 83? Because I went back Irie in 83. I played with you in 84 for sure.
Yeah,
We knew that.
yeah.
But in 83, did you play? Because we came second in 83. And then the 84, we won the event.
I think, yes, I would, yeah. Because I played up West Indies up until, yeah, boy. I don't remember. I don't think I don't keep.
Okay. So you with Irie now. If you joined before I got there, I think, but then within that time, I got familiar with you because in that little window, there's Flemington Park.
Yeah.
So, because by the time we end up being teammates, I knew of you, about you, and then I saw you played in 78 in the practice game. We played West Indies where they was running up a storm. So, did Flemington fill that void when you left West Indies, or did you go straight to Irie? Because you remember you're on the park now. And you in the park, you went to Santos.
Yes.
Right?
Was it Santos first?
You have another team again on the park, Mike?
Yeah. East-West Connection. We formed East-West Connection.
Okay, before we get to the East-West Connection, you were with Santos on the park. So somewhere in the window between the West Indies and joining Irie, or right after joining Irie, you were visible on Flemington Park. Who was the first team you played for on Flemington Park?
Why? I'll be honest with you. I don't even know how I end up in Flemington Park. I'll be honest with you. I don't remember if I end up there with,
I would like to know
Santos.
how you end up with Santos.
I end up with Santos because I end up going and play with a team down in the park, down at Dufferin, and Dufferin and blow, Duffin and blow. That little park they used to go around there and hang around, and there where I run into Mike, which originally Santos man.
Okay, Michael David.
Right.
Okay.
And I used to go, I went and get him a little thing there and thing, because we used to go down there and just play the fool. And that's how I end up with Santos. You know what I mean?
So you were serious with Santos and come on the park and take so much of a beating?
Yeah, well, was a bunch of guys who wanted to play, couldn't play, but wanted to play. You know what I mean?
Good spirit. Good spirit. Like they didn't have no overtone or whatever. They came, they played, they take the goals and
go home.
A good guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He did add to the flavor. So everybody can really win. So then you scope the park, and East West came around 85, 86. So before that, we end up teaming up. But did you play with Coles?
No.
Okay.
I don't think I play with Coles, but so then East West formed after Coles.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I may have had a game or two with Coles. I can't remember, but because I was around those guys at one time. From down Dufferin side.
Yeah.
Because a lot of them was from down on Parkdale area.
You don't want to tell me whether you could have made the team or not. Maybe yeah. Because and you're not in the Coles picture too. So I am not sure. I can't remember you running with Coles, to be honest.
No.
I can't remember you running with Coles.
I came up there and saw them.
Were you still around Santos at the time?
I think so. That's when I came up there. That's where I saw with Santos. That's when I get to hanging out more with the guy. And then with Barry, playing with Topmans, Barry Hackett. You understand? That is a kind of, knowing Barry and everything, seeing Coles playing, but
maybe like the started line kind of thing first.
Yeah.
You
understand?
Yeah.
And that's how it's come. I wasn't play, but I don't think I was playing with Iere yet. Was I?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like
so.
I think 83, 84 is when you really came around, Because I'm not hearing about you on the console 79. 80 they were in Premier, you weren't there.
Right.
81 they came down from Premier, that's 81.
Right.
I know it looked like you were around in 83 in Iere. So I don't know what happened between 81 to 83, right? In the Iere thing. So I can't, unless you tell me, I can't verify that part of information.
Yeah.
If you had tell me what is happening in this project is that the more information we get from individuals and players is the more we have more information to connect the dots to see how the whole years, sequence of the years, who play where, what team was functioning and stuff like that.
In between that, I had stopped playing soccer for about a year.
Well, it could be that. Why?
I stopped playing for a year because, yes, I had a problem with my shin. It used to swell up and soft, like something, I think it was called chip shin or something like that. It used to just pain. It used to get swelled very soft. And I kind of hold off for a while. I didn't play for almost a year.
All right, but then we come with the big part of your season. I know you have a lot of little valleys in there because he has always reminded me about substitution and all that. But we did have, as teammates, we didn't have a good run together. And you can recall that run and how you look at that part of your career.
It was a very good part of the career. It had some ups and downs, as you know, more downs than up.
I wouldn't know all of them because some of the situations you tell me they was off the field when I was on the field, so I wouldn't know. I had to take your word.
A lot of the field, a lot of people do not believe in my ability, and although I was showing them I have it, they not believing in it. They have other people that they want to play. I won't call names, but you know that for a fact.
Well, I know for a fact, but I know I was told several times. So this is sometimes you see it over and over, it end up facts, so I have to be.
Yeah, but I I enjoy my time, and
But I mean, I have some files that showing you seventh in the race for Player of the Year in TND. As I told you already, I think your name was even seventh or ninth in the whole conference. So
yeah.
at that point, and it was up to August or
Mm,
something like that. So that's getting the second half of the season. So it
mm,
must be, and they were counting goals, assists, and start
mm.
the game. So to be
Yeah,
seventh, your name was there.
yeah. Well, wish I had a lot of those. Had a lot of goals, a lot of assists I made, a lot of hat tricks. I will say about 2 or 3, maybe 4, give or take. You know,
Mm.
but I enjoyed it. Although a lot of time to me, I used to be held back and can't put in the not be able to put in the time that I wanted to for some reason, whether I playing well or not. At a certain time, they had to take somebody off, and they always choose to take me off because they wasn't taking you off.
Yeah, well, that's kind of unfortunate, and that is interfere with your game, you know. If
We did
once you
it,
start feeling it is interfere with your game.
but if you see me play, you when I on the field, you will realize that never bothered me. I still come on there and perform,
Yeah,
you know, at my best ability. And to me, I hold my end. Not saying the other people can't play, but you don't take off just to get somebody a run.
yeah, yeah.
You
But
know what I mean?
sometimes if the
But
job is done too, yeah, you can get
yeah, I
somebody
guess.
around. But if it's tight,
Yeah.
you expect that
But,
they will be dependent on you.
but sometimes I come on and get the job done.
Okay. So then that might be a bad thing because they might
You
give
know?
you a super sub.
Yeah. I coming on again the job done. I start, I get the job done. So,
Yeah. So what
at
you
the
thought of
same day,
last season, the season when you were there the last game when we lost it, the undefeated, the start of
I
the undefeated.
I played that last game, and be honest with you, that game was something else. That I don't know. I up to this day I don't believe it. I still can't see how we lose that game. I Because we were actually all over that team.
Yeah, but
All
you
over
have to
that team.
remember, yeah, because we had the offense still intact, but we didn't have the defense. If you're listening to the interviews now,
Hmm.
Lawrence wasn't there. Them things I didn't know until I'm told. Runner
Yeah, but
wasn't there, and tall one wasn't there.
the end of the day, it was not a defense problem because they score one goal.
Yeah, true.
And without one goal they score, they couldn't penetrate again. They just happened to get a goal.
Yeah, but in the
you
sport
know?
though, in the sport we're talking Hellas here, right?
Mm.
Hellas was never a team we can, we had to be really, really firing to hit Hellas at 4-1 and stuff. And we were firing that year. But what
Yes.
I'm saying, Hellas is always good for a 3-1 with maybe we scoring a last goal in the last 5 or 10. So that means 2-1, the game is tight. When you catch an Iere without 3 defenders, not because you're talking offense, the whole chemistry is not there.
Mm.
Because as the game progresses now, sometimes it starts from the back. So it's not because we were pressing. I think it's because the whole chemistry was broken. And the point is, we weren't really giving up much goals.
No, he wasn't. But again, that game, the ball wasn't going in the net. It will hit the bar, it roll and hit the post. It will
I
ball rolling across.
remember all that about that.
I
All
remember. I remember that.
I
I
remember
remember
that
that.
final whistle. Because as you're saying, okay, you remembering the ball off the crossbar and all these things. All I'm saying is I would have been comfortable with a draw.
I would have been comfortable with that. I
So
would have been comfortable with
this
that.
is what I'm saying. So the next best thing if we didn't score was to contain and defend. That's what I'm saying. So to get that record is too, that is, it's just a must not lose. You had to win
Yeah, but
or
after that goal was scored, you have to remember, no, we looking to get it back. We
yeah,
looking to get back that goal.
yeah.
So we pushing. And I think we were so aggressive looking for that goal that you're right. Maybe it threw us off.
Yeah, we didn't,
Maybe
we didn't. I remember, Mike, even
yeah.
going into the start of the game change room,
Mm.
before the game, there was a little chaos in the thing, of who was going to play and who wasn't going to play.
Yes. who come in, who are coming, who
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah, who
there,
coming, who ain't
thing
coming.
like that.
Wilbur,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
God rest his soul, Wilbur and all these guys was talking about playing and stuff. And remember, they weren't
Yes,
playing.
yes,
So for
yes,
us as
yes.
starters now, we don't know there's a problem because the kind of respect we have for elders, even if we know they're not that good, can you really talk to them so as to maintain that undefeated? Because that's the argument. Tell
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
tell
yeah,
it
yeah,
Wilbur
yeah.
or Roland or whoever what to do or what not to do. That's the argument. You ain't even really want to do that. So we kind of know we have to kind of suck it up and just hope we win.
Boy, I don't know.
So
That game.
but okay, and I want to talk about something that maybe we can start with a person like you. You know, we added music to a part of the whole
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, yes, yes.
Maybe we will add the people that keep the thing going at the sidelines, like what you are doing for in the town. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike is also known for the guy catering outside boat rides, outside parties and stuff. And as he mentioned in the early part of the thing, his father had a restaurant. So is it from the restaurant business with your dad that you end up catering for us in the Caribbean community? Because everything we have, ladies and gentlemen, Mike just be there with refreshments, because sometimes more times than not is a whole day event. So how you come by catering for the community in that kind of way? What kind of passion you have for that?
Well, to be honest with you, I don't even think I picked that up from that. To me, that always been in me from I mentioned that, because growing up in Trinidad in Sour, I really grew up also in Sour Market. You know what I mean? Around butcher, so I always had that hustle in me. You know, that finding something to make $1 and so on and so forth. But when I was up here, I started doing just little things, like a little thing on the parks and a little thing on the park. And I think it more kick off and came from selling a little soft beverage on the park. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and I picked that up from there, I think. And in between that, my father had a restaurant, had a club. We had name Scarlet Ibis. Right? That was the name of it before this rest of Scarlet Ibis opened. My father, the original name of Scarlet Ibis on Victoria Park and O'Connor.
Yeah.
To be honest with you. So he used to do that. And by he doing that and had the club day, one day I just decided to do something, and it started by one day I make, all the Trinidad, I don't like all your roti. I made some roti and I come and start selling.
All right, I live in Venezuela and don't like roti. All right, okay.
And that's how it really started, actually. My first set of roti I think I sell was at a tournament at Lamport Stadium. I think if it wasn't it might be the Iere tournament or something you had there. One of the two of them. I more think it's something you had there, if I'm not mistaken. I came, but that's how I started with that. And then that ended up growing. And I started doing like for Ikaibana, doing little things and on the street, and it took off from there. You know what I mean? And
so there's a part of you, I mean, about the competition.
The competition, but I actually started selling food before the competition started selling food. Competition was selling ital and bacon shark. I would really start with that, and I do that once, and then I actually brought the corn soup, and the first person was to start selling corn soup at events. And that's how my corn soup thing started. It's then after they start selling corn soup when they realize it's a big hit. You understand? So I create on the field only, I create outside the field too.
All right. I just want to know how you put away the competition. If Kumar say you're just waiting to put in goal, I just want to know You know, somebody making the roti and everything for you and all
No,
you
no,
and
no.
serve it. So you doing you actually do all your cooking and stuff, or you have?
I actually do all my cooking. I do all my cooking. I don't know how I pick it up, but it came natural. I just came from my background, all different islands.
Yeah.
I just started cooking, and thanks to them, I continue because they say it was the best, but they say it was good, and good always enough for me.
Yeah, yeah. So I just wanted
You
to make sure I put that in your forte because, ladies and gentlemen, everybody know Mike is the man. You know, any function you're having outside the mass camps or whatever. Do you bounce on mass camps, or you used to be stationed at one mass camp? But Mike is the guy, and I think I should sell him that way to the public and anybody who coming in, because anything you go in that's live,
Yeah.
like park and stuff, Mike was the person. So beyond that now, so where you at now, how you dealing with the COVID on the business? Because I guess the business is your main gig now, right?
No, well, right now I kind of hang off of selling too much for a while now because you got a lot of people outside start coming to sell, and you know what I mean. And once I wasn't selling at the soccer anymore, and a lot of stuff thing I kind of eased back and used to do maybe around 2 events, which is the King and Queen show, the Afro-Man Blocker, and 1 or 2 boat ride. I came down to that, and that I was doing that. And easy that beside I was doing other little stuff, you know. But I'm okay with that, you know what I mean? I do a little work here and there when it's there, do office installation and so on and so forth, you know. But you know, now as you know, everything shut down, so I just rocking back, you know what I mean?
Okay. You never really thought about having your own venue to restaurant or anything, or you tried those things before?
I had something, I got into something, but I had a little problem with my partner, and you know, at the end of the day, you know, I went my way, they went away, and I call her that, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because I
So,
think I
you
remember once
know,
out in the west by
yeah.
Hood Road or somewhere out
No,
there.
Western Road and Eglinton.
Yeah.
I was there for a little while. I spent about a year there, and they did something I find was disrespectful and wasn't a partner. Don't do that. So we had a falling out. So he decided to go away, and I couldn't really had the time to deal with it because living out in Cambridge and coming along there, so I just end up, you know, shutting everything down. But I'm here, you know. As you know, Cambridge is not as hot as Toronto, but it's a nice place to live. All
Yeah,
these years
I work there. I work there.
I've been living out here. A lot of people don't even know that it's just the way I live. You
Yeah,
know what I
but
mean?
you can't play a promote in Cambridge because you're always in Toronto. So that wouldn't
Well,
let you fool nobody.
no,
You
that's why I
know?
confuse them.
Yeah, yeah. Fool and confuse is the same thing, right? So, well, Mike, you know, anything else
Everything that I got into, I enjoy the little soccer. A lot of people might don't even know I played soccer.
Yeah, that's true. But then you're not a guy that normally
You know?
push yourself up and
Yeah,
stuff,
you know, I had something. I played in the TND. I win it twice. Win the Iere tournament already. So all of these things,
Who you win the IE tournament with?
I was with West Indies when we beat Defense Force in the Iere tournament at Lamport Stadium. You forget that?
Okay. Defense Force? No, no,
Yes. Pizai scored a goal.
that's early. West Indies only win the IE tournament 3 times.
Right? I think I
The
win it
last time they
maybe
won
the last time.
the last time they won it was in Lamport.
Right. Pizai scored a goal.
Yeah, but Defense Force wasn't there. They beat
Yes.
West Indies.
But
They won it
Iere
three
beat.
times. They won it 3 times. They won it
Well,
the
why?
first year, and they won it, I think, the third year.
Who they beat? Who they beat?
The third year, well, Defense Force. Could be
Okay, I was
Defense
with them.
Force.
I won with them when they beat
Yeah,
Defense
so
Force.
that might have been the first year in Lamport then.
I was with them. I
Yeah.
was playing with that. Pizai scored a goal from from the right side. I was with him that year. That's
So
yeah.
what I'm going to check now, Mike, is that year, it has to be the third year because defenseless win it 3 times too.
That one was one of the two things in the community that I used to look forward to. The Iere tournament. Although I never played for Iere in the Iere tournament, but that's okay.
Waiting to ask you a punchline question. If you're looking forward for the Iere tournament, was that to play or to sell?
Yes, because I used to have food and thing out there too. But I used to have people there. I myself used to be there for people. Then when I was not playing anymore,
Okay.
I used to
But that's why I wanted to know
there.
if you look forward to it to sell or you look forward to it to play.
I
You
wasn't
gotta be
playing
straight up with the public.
because somebody say I sell a pot of corn soup and realize I make more money and stop play soccer.
You see? You see? There you go. You know, because you want to be straight up, you look forward to the Iere tournament.
Yeah,
Why?
because
Why?
it was a community thing where everybody looked forward to. People just come, they gather, they enjoy themselves. You know what I mean? Just as the Flemington Park. And on Sunday, everybody looking forward to come up there and just be home. Let me put it with there. To be home.
Yeah.
Okay, we're part of the Caribbean Yard. For those two events, when you get there, you're at home. You're seeing people, different people and people you haven't seen for ages, people who you played with, now you're playing against them, different things like that. So
but there's no more. So what next?
To me, what happened now, the younger people have more, like a variety of things more to do and to go and to see now, and they're homegrown. Remember, back then was a lot of foreigners came. Now they've been out, and the ones that born here, they don't have that.
Yeah,
They're missing.
that could be. Yeah, that could
They're
be.
not really missing, and they're not missing. They're not missing home because they're home. Back then, you're missing home, so you want to come together so you can be home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm not explaining it good, but that's how I could see it. That Sunday or that weekend, you come together, and when you look around, you're seeing your people, your attitude, everything is there. You get that home environment, and basically that's what people used to look forward to.
So based on the way you put in it, Mike, what you're saying is going to be a struggle now, because if the young people who born here, second and third generation, don't have that, and you can't blame them. They don't have that looking around like you just did for home, and they home already. It had to come on a different cell. So maybe we have to figure that out, because you just set me thinking again now, because that's why using the competition is the only way to build the atmosphere. And then listen to how they consider it, instead of we looking at the home, because we can still get the home if the parents and the grandparents come around and realize, right? But they have to form what it means to them. But you have to put something on that attracts them.
Yeah, well,
because remember, the sports and family, they used to have different people.
Yep. Yes. Which was nice.
Right. Not all. It wasn't ball only, really.
No, it was everything.
Yeah.
And you don't have. I think
find something.
What it need more now is some more kind of community group that could develop something like that, which is it's hard to get now. This community group and this thing. It's I mean, it's just maybe it's just too much people now. Because we was far in between.
Well, yeah, but as a West Indian, the more the merrier. The more the merrier. You wouldn't say that when you get your parties. I mean,
remember when we come here,
many people for carbon. I don't know. I don't buy it. No, not too many people.
It's not like going down the road now and you're glad to see an next person.
Maybe they don't have the ideas,
No, they don't.
But I think the generation thing is something to think about.
Yeah, it's too open mouth. They had too much, you know what I mean? Yeah, this is what they know. This is what they know, and this is how they know it. You know what I mean? They didn't grow up, go with that. that, that excitement,
Yeah.
living in the West Indies and being a Westerner is an excitement. You understand? When
Hmm.
we come here and we could get together, it's an excitement because it's something that we don't always have.
Yeah.
So the day for that, we're excited. We're coming out. We can't wait. You know what I mean?
And the youths and them ain't missing nothing.
They're missing
But they
nothing.
don't know it. They don't know
They
it.
know it. They don't know it. They
Maybe
don't know
that's
it.
why they flock into caravan and thing now.
Yeah,
If you notice
yeah.
a lot of young Canadians and stuff
It's
now.
flocking to it. Now you find the younger generation may grow up, coming to the Iere tournament, coming to the park, coming to the thing. They still have a little bit of that in them. And they will tell you, all of them sometimes will tell you, I don't know if you hear some of them will tell you, it was excitement for them to come out and run around and between us and kick ball and
So
run
they
here
had
and
a
run there.
different
Nobody
level
are
of
watching
excitement.
them,
Yeah, they
you
had a
know?
different level of excitement.
Yeah, no. The kids, I can't get my grandkid to go there and go here now. He's telling to sit down upstairs when he come.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah, I mean, but it's tough, but what you gonna do? Such is
yeah.
life. Such is life.
Well,
Such is
boy,
life.
Mike, I want to thank you for giving me the time, the
Mhm.
information, the opportunity, and
Mhm.
for all them bad food and according to Junior Macney, the soup without corn you serve. I want to thank you still for that the effort you made to cater for us and the community.
That's okay. All still came back though.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So yeah, it was nice
Yeah,
talking to you.
yeah.